Everyone see the GoToMeeting Google Doc slide that is up? It says GoToMeeting 10/4/17, Mrs. Wood. If you can, go ahead in the chat, just reply yes, please. Okay, great. So this is going to be a little bit better than watching a black screen the whole time as of last time. Apologize for that because it was back to school night and it was more of a general session. We wanted you guys to really just get used to dialing in on Wednesdays, and if you cannot make it, the most important thing is to go ahead and email me, Mrs. Wood, and ask for the link to our YouTube channel, the South High Cyber Patriot YouTube channel, where you will find all of these GoToMeetings. One of the things that Mr. Bush and Mr. Rodriguez and myself have talked about is trying to collate all of our videos that we've had in the past that are in that Google Drive Dropbox. If we can instead put them all up onto our YouTube channel so that we have everything in one spot and maybe categorize it a little bit better. But in order to do that, we need some time. So bear with us because we are trying to organize lots and lots of us. Many people have asked me this week about, oh my goodness, is my team registered? Are we good to go? What's going on with that? We received an email, da 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 da. Don't worry. I registered all of our teams. As of right now, we have 15 different teams. So if there are students who you know are still interested, we do have some spots available for people to join a team. If you are currently not on a team, I will be contacting you this week to talk to you about who you will be participating with and what you will be doing with those different members as well. So if anyone has any questions on that, please go ahead and throw a question into the chat room. And yeah, I know, Chloe, that's a lot of students. We have 15 teams as of right now. We have 76 students enrolled in Cyber Patriot. This is amazing, coming from our 4 teams from the first year, which is awesome, 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 to 8 teams last year, to almost doubling in size, which is crazy. And I'm so excited for you guys because this is a crazy, amazing opportunity that we're getting right now. I know, Shreya, you have not turned in your slips, but you need to make sure you guys do that. If you have not turned in your slips of who you are, your ID number, and if your parents have signed their form, then you will need to make sure that I get those as well. And Suyan, yes, once you have an official team, you will need to register with the website. You will get an email from US Cyber Patriots from that. If your team was registered as of May of last year, you would have already gotten it. If your team has not been registered, if you're a new team or if you have new members, what will happen is by Friday, you will be receiving an email from the US Cyber Patriots asking you to register. And the most important thing about that registration is what t-shirt size you are, because they do give freebies and they're really awesome. The t-shirts are pretty nice. They send you guys this really cool looking coin that is from the military. Because this is a US Air Force sponsored activity, they will send you like a coin from doing a service, and then you get a pin, and we will be ordering sweatshirts very soon, and I will give you guys more detail on that in an upcoming email. So Brennan, you said, so does everyone in my team get this registry email? Yes, what you will do is you will get an official email, which will probably go into your spam. And it will be from the US Cyber Patriot. And again, I will alert you guys in an email from me that says, hey, your team has officially been registered. Now you need to go and register with US Cyber Patriot. And from there, we will be able to give you access to the Cisco Net Academy, which is really important because part of the competition is to deal with some Cisco packet tracers. and that you will learn from the online class with the Cisco Net Academy. Joy and Ashley Chen were helping me out the other day in class, and Ashley was able to access that. So you guys will hopefully will get that going this week as well. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Really quick before we get started in the cybersecurity safety tips. That was not a fake email. It was for reals. Ashley, we'll put you, yes, I do have a team for you. Will you remind me during 6th period tomorrow, and we will chat about that, okay? Any other questions? Okay, so today what we are going to talk about is this PDF that I sent you. I attached it to the email that I sent to you guys over the weekend. Yes, Bob, I'm recording. And this email, this PDF was sent to you guys in the GoToMeeting email. So I'm going to pause on this email for a second. I'm going to go back to the questions. So Suyan, what will happen is I believe that your team is already registered. You guys did it back in May when we formed your team last year. But I will check and I will get back to you on that one. Okay, so the PDF that is up on the screen right now is an email that my dad, who works for Merck Pharmaceutical, he works in their internal communications area. He received this email over the weekend. And I thought it was really interesting because one, it was sent to people basically talking about safety tips home and online. And with that company, it's a massive international company. And many, many people, my father included, work from home. And so, kind of selfishly, he was saying, is that Merck Pharmaceutical is trying to make sure that the machines that they have that are attached to their company that are being used outside of the building structure of Merck Pharmaceutical, that they're still being very safe. Over the summer, I don't know if any of you guys heard about this, but Merck was breached in that big giant attack, the malware attack that happened during the summer, and they lost 1 full week of business. Now, for a pharmaceutical company, it was devastating to them. And they had a very, very hard time recouping and recovering a lot of what they lost. Their sales staff continued to sell their pharmaceuticals, but it all had to be done by paper. And for a company and companies today that have these massive, massive communication pieces, they suffered greatly from it. And a lot of people lost their jobs because they weren't working and they were contract workers. And so there was a lot of problems. And so Merck decided to send out this great helpful safety tip on what you really should do. So I wanted to kind of just look at it, kind of go over it a little bit. Some of the things we know already and some of the things we've talked about in the past, but we have a lot of new people with us. And yeah, I would like to talk about that, and of course also talk about just the different malware attacks and things that have been kind of happening in the last couple of weeks here. So the first tip is obviously keeping your systems and software updated. You guys all know about that. You want to make sure that that happens. Don't get hooked by phishing scams. Mr. Bush and Mr. Rodriguez went into phishing scams a little bit last year with some vocabulary that we had. And later on in the month, either this month or next month, early on, we will get into some really important vocabulary of cybersecurity. Again, in our Dropbox, we have an area that has some terms that are really important, but phishing is one of them that is very, very important that you guys need to look at. Does anyone want to kind of chat in here a minute about what phishing is? Anybody want to give me a little bit of a definition? When in doubt, what do I say? Google it, right? So what is phishing? It's that number 2, PHISHING. Yes, Ethan, there should be sound. Chloe. Chloe said, when someone has a fake link so they can hack your system. Yes. Chris, it says, do you want a free gift card? Yes, if someone offers you something like that. Remember, guys, we are in a classroom setting, so we want to make sure that things are appropriate for school. And Tyler, when you receive a fake email that contains software that allows them to compromise your system or email. Have I ever seen Catfish? Yes, I'm an avid MTV watcher, so as you guys all know. But yes, that is a great TV show that shows exactly what phishing is. Andy, phishing links that get your info after you click the link with or without you knowing it. Yes. Yes, very good. Very, very good, you guys. So one of the things that you need to make sure is that in your HTML document that you are in a secure spot. So you have it says secure in the address bar with HTTPS. Make sure. So if I'm looking at this web address here, I'll put it right in the middle so we can see it. It says secure and then HTTPS. And now Mr. Bush is asking in the chat room, anyone know why it is called phishing? Okay, does anyone know why it is called phishing? Go ahead and answer that through the chat room. We'll take a second and wait. Chris, phishing for your data. Very good. Baiting you, trying to catch people's data. Very good, Skylar. Because fish are dumb and they just bite the hook that has found food, and it looks like. Yes, because people are dumb, and if they find something that's shiny to click on, they will click on it, right? Very good, very good. So these are some really important things, like I said, to pay attention to, that secure area. Going back to the PDF, we're going to go back to, they've just got some tips and tricks on not to responding and responding to phishing. Secure your home computing equipment. That is really important because many of us now have wired smart refrigerators and smart microwaves and just smart everything. And if you do not have a secure network in your house with your Wi-Fi, then people can get in there and mess with things. And we really want to make sure that we are as safe as possible. The other thing that I wanted to just touch base with, because this affected our family this past summer, was jailbreaking those Amazon sticks and those Chrome sticks and all those good fun type of things, so you can see lots of movies and videos. You want to make sure that you do not do that. You do not use something that has been tampered with at all, because you open yourself up to having people use your Google Stick or Fire Stick to jump from place to place and use your Wi-Fi. So it really opens you up to a lot of really negative things here. Andy, you said people can DDoS your Wi-Fi and shut down your connection if they get access of your Wi-Fi info. 100% yes. 100% yes. There are some crazy people out there, as we all know, the past week, and they do some really, really awful things. And if someone has access to your family's information and family's Wi-Fi, they can do some very harmful things. If you think back to the terrorist attacks that happened in France and in Spain in the last few years, they were using Sony PlayStations and Microsoft Xboxes to communicate with each other, and they were using open access Wi-Fi. So you really, like I said, make sure that when we get off this call, or if you haven't already, talk to your parents on making sure that you guys have your Wi-Fi secured as possible. Using public Wi-Fi connections, those are the Starbucks, Dad, did you hear that? Chloe, you're on it, huh? Ethan, they don't need much more than your IP address and map to DDoS tools effectively. Yes, 100%. Mr. Bush, do you want to maybe, I'm going to turn you on for a minute and maybe want to comment about what Ethan was saying about having to use your IP address and then and map it. Maybe that you can kind of explain some of that a little bit. Are you there?
Yeah. So I think what Ethan was saying just here about how easy it is to be attacked individually at your house, your IP address doesn't usually change often. It's one address from the outside. If you are flooded with a bunch of responses, like internet responses, then it'll clog up your network where you can't go anywhere. Now, the distributed denial of service attack, what it is it's coming in from lots of different, probably bots. And we covered bots last year also, but where you're talking about thousands of computers are pointed to your one IP address and flooding it. And pretty much it stops your network from working. And at a home network, it's pretty much impossible to stop that. At the corporate world and corporate networks, they can do some things, but even then, it's very difficult to protect against that.
Thank you, Mr. Bush, for answering that. Does someone want to explain what DDoS is for us? Because I've had that a couple of questions.
Distributed denial of service. I don't have the app. Can't say so.
Anyone in the chat want to comment on that one?
No, no one there.
Okay. Simon, thank you for that. Basically, DDoS is when a site is overloaded with tons of connections. Yeah. And basically what you're doing is you are making your computer, your users, as basically as useless as possible. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to this this PDF that we had. One of the things that I wanted to look at was on number 7. Be cautious how much and what is posted on social networks. And we have, I think it says 44 students, 2 of which are non-high school students. That would be myself and Mr. Bush. And I know that I have talked to many of you that are in my classes about this many, many times, but the fact that you guys are high school kids and still constantly use social media, being just smart about it, because even though Snapchat says that it goes away after 7 seconds, look at that first bullet under number 7. It says, remember what you post online stays online, ... forever. So post with the future in mind. So those of you that are headed to college in the next few years or wanting to get that wonderful job, posting pictures and posting different content that may not be appropriate or may not be appealing to masses of people are really a word of caution. I would be very cautious as to what you should be posting. Okay, so making sure that we are aware of that. Instagram accounts too. Yeah, Instagram accounts. So at this point, I'm going to pause for just 1 second. It's 7:20. What I need all of you that are in the on the call right now to do is write into the chat room right now your first and last name, and if you do have a team, your team's name. Do it now. First and last name, and then your team if you do have a team. Thank you. This is helping us with attendance for tonight. In the future, what I would like us to also do is if you do have access to a computer that has a webcam, what I would love for you guys to do is to possibly have those webcams available in case we want to do some face-to-face chat, so I can make sure you're not sitting there in your pajamas eating bonbons as I'm doing all of the talking. I'll turn that off for right now. Oh, hi, Chloe. Can you guys all see Chloe as she just popped up on the screen, or is that just me? Anybody? You guys can all see her? Okay, so this will be a good way to keep us honest. Mr. Bush, do you see that? This is pretty awesome. All right, so I'm gonna turn the chat, the webcam's off for now, just so we aren't distracted. Chloe, go ahead. There you go. Awesome. Thank you. Last but not least, I want to talk about on this PDF that we have here is fight cybercrime and report it. So the website that I had up a minute ago that I don't know where it disappeared to, there it is. This is a website that the Cyber Patriot team has sent to us and has really asked us as teachers to go ahead and remind students that this website, staysafeonline.org, is the National Cybersecurity Alliance. Okay. And what they are trying to do is they're trying to get students and parents and just people in general aware of how to stay safe online. So if you get a chance, and I will put a link of this to inside our Google Drive. Kyle, stop it with the lights. Kyle, stop it. Sorry. We have got a electrician on our hands with my son. There's some interesting articles here. Here's one again, spam and phishing. And it gives you some videos and it gives you some tips about all these different topics. And of course, this one's not popping up as I'm asking it to do that right now. So I wanted to show you guys that one as well. Okay. Let me think. So tonight I really wanted to go over this PDF. I'm glad. How many of you guys were able to get the PDF from the email besides Isaac, who really did not want to click on it because he thought it was just totally fake?
It's a perfectly valid reason.
Go ahead, Isaac. Explain to everyone why.
Okay, I saw a picture and I didn't know what it was. And last year, Mrs. Wood kind of bamboozled all of us with a fish. So I was really wary. I didn't want to click it and get just hacked by Mrs. Wood, and then rubbed it in my face and get embarrassed, so I didn't click on it.
Well, Isaac, I do have to say that I'm very proud of you for not randomly clicking on anything. But has anyone had a phishing email sent to them, or has anyone had an experience? Oh, Chloe says, I have a story. Go ahead, Chloe. Unmute yourself. Tell us your story.
Hello?
Yes, go for it.
Hi. Okay, so last year, Cora down. Oh wait, I shouldn't say the name. She came to me because her computer wasn't working anymore because it was too slow, and I asked her why, and she said, "Well, I was watching free movies, and it said I needed to update Flash whatever, and so I clicked on all these links, and it was really scary and blah blah blah. So I just simply deleted all of them, and it worked. But that's yeah."
Thank you, Chloe, for sharing. Does anyone else have anything that they would like to share? Looks like a lot of you guys have it. Minecraft. Ooh, Minecraft. Ay, that website, I swear. Mr. Bush, do you want to comment on your phishing story?
Yeah, no, I didn't actually get trapped by this. I didn't get hooked. But, I'm in the habit of looking at a suspicious email and looking at the link and saying like, okay, that's a safe link. I can, cut and paste or click on it. But I noticed it was just very suspicious email. So I looked very closely, and it looked very much like the link, but there was just a slight difference. And I'm going to paste what they look like. So the first one is the valid domain name blockchain.info, and the second one is blockchain.info. And that extra L stuck in there kind of fades away if you're not looking closely at it. So I started realizing that, someone is actually registering these domains like blockchain with .info, and they got to be up to no good, because those are, the first one is a very legitimate one, and the second one is only trying to trick people. So anyway, that was my example.
That's a really good one too. Just checking to make sure. I mean, if you type in google.com and you spell goggle instead, what are you really going to get? Okay. So just being aware of what we are looking at and what we are posting. So are there any questions on any of the PDF or any of this that we have here? Isaac, I am going to bring Bill back in and have him do a phishing scandal with you guys at some point, so don't worry. Yes, Melina, he's going to come back.
I'd like to add to that. I know we talked about this also last year, but for the new folks, Northrop Grumman, and actually a lot of companies, I guess, are doing this now. They will send out mass emails to all the employees with a fake phishing email in it. And what happens is, if you are one of those unfortunate ones that clicks on the link, they basically log you in a database, and they contact you and say, okay, why did you click on the link? What are you doing? And it got all the employees around me and our colleagues to say, okay, really pay close attention, because so many people were getting trapped, and these are people that should know better.
Yeah, Bill had done, he worked at the PTN last year and has continued to do that. Bill, for those of you that are were not with us last year, he graduated and is headed to UCLA right now to study computer engineering, but he was in charge of sending out emails to his company to try and help them to protect themselves from phish scandals, exactly like we were talking about just now. So, we will bring him back, and you guys will be all a part of this phishing scheme that we have cocked up for us here. So if you are a caller that is an attendee, I'm going to unmute you right now, and I'm going to let you tell us who you are. So caller 1, caller 2, and caller 3. Can you guys, those of you that are on the phones, can you tell me who you are?
Oh, hello?
Yes. Who are you?
Oh, yeah, this is Ashley. I think Melina was the one that gave you put the info in the chat, so
okay.
I think I should be fine for that.
Ashley Chen, you're here. Who else? Just so we can give you guys attendance.
Hi.
Hi, who's this? Caller 3? I feel like I'm on the radio.
Shreya.
Shreya. Hi, Shreya.
Hi.
Okay, caller 2. Caller 2, who are you? You've called 102 dial, Mrs. Wood. Andy, we'll stop comparing you to your sister, but we did love her. But we will love you, and we do love you. Don't worry. Okay. At this time, I wanted to just go over as far as just in general some Cyber Patriot just housekeeping things. Do not forget to be attending the in the lab sessions. They are so important. This is an opportunity for you and your teammates to get into the classroom and really practice the different images that we have. If you are not coming or have not been coming, and really honestly, you should all be doing this anyway, we need to be downloading the virtual machine on our machines at home and downloading and practicing the practice images at our house as well. And really coming into the lab and or to the GoToMeetings and posting questions to Mr. Bush, Mr. Rodriguez, and to myself on what really that any errors or anything that you're getting stuck on, so that we can get you guys past the point of no return here. Remember, next Friday, October 13th, during 4th, 5th, and 6th period, you are going to be dismissed from classes, and we are going to be practicing our first practice round at that time. So all teams will be in M2 and M3. You will establish which area you would like and carve out a little space for yourselves. If we need more room, Ms. Bond said that she will be happy to share. So, but I just want us to make sure that we all understand that you will be receiving a pass to be excused from class on Friday, probably this Friday. I will send it to you during 4th period. The second thing is that you need to make sure that each of your teams has a team rep picked, and that really needs to happen no later than Friday. And again, those of us that are not officially on teams, you need to make sure that we will get you guys put together, and I will have a conversation with you sometime this week. But yes, the practice round is next Friday from noon to 3. It's from next Friday from noon to 3. Joy Richardson, be nice. I'm trying to think what else. Lastly, if you cannot download the information or the practice image from the Google Drive just because it's too slow or whatever, go ahead and bring a flash drive into class, and I will help you get those images so that you have them, that you can practice them at home. Okay? Any questions on that?
I have a question, Mrs. Wood.
Yes.
In terms of the seating arrangement for the competition,
Yes.
will it go in terms of like reserving seats and stuff? Will it go by seniority and like
Ooh,
ranking?
we are getting spicy there. My goodness.
Because
Yes. Go ahead, Isaac.
I'm pretty sure we're the best team, so we should definitely get first picks.
Oh, you are lucky that Maya is not on this call right now, Isaac Chung. That is a conversation that I will have with Mr. Bush, and he and I will decide what we are going to do with that. Mr. Bush just asked, does anyone have a Mac at home? If so, you need to use VMware Fusion, and he can help people who have Macs. So he will either send out an email that has step-by-step directions, or we will have a how-to video shortly up there. Any other questions?
Yeah, just let me know if that's the case. If nobody has a Mac that needs to run VMware Fusion at home, the software, it does cost money, and so you have to consider that also. But I'm willing to help you. We do have Macs at home, and I've been successful in running all the virtual machines.
The software that runs the practice images, I will actually go there right now. So if we go to US Cyber Patriot, if I can see what I'm doing, ph.org, and can we use VirtualBox? Mr. Bush, maybe you can field that question, because I don't know.
It might work, but I'm not sure. Certainly we can try.
Landon, be quiet about my tabs. I didn't open up another Google Chrome thing. On uscyberpatriots.org, if you go down to where it says technical specifications, here is where you can get all of those technical specs, the hardware requirements, the software requirements. This is the 7-zip that we use in our classroom, and this is the VM workstation player 12.5.7. I think somebody asked if they can use 14. I would say no, just because we found last year that when we were using a VM that was more up to date than the one that Cyber Patriot wanted us to use, many of the things that you had to fix were not working correctly. Okay, so just be aware of that. So again, that was US Cyber Patriots underneath where it says competition and it says training specifications. Okay.
Just a thing to add. There's also some information. We saw some of this in the classroom actually, where settings need to be changed to the BIOS. That's the basic input-output system. It's the screen that shows up before you boot. And if you run into some errors that you can't handle when you're trying to run your virtual machines, just let us know and I can tell you how to fix the BIOS.
So Suyan, I was noticing my computer can't download things right now. What's another alternative? Come to the classroom. You are all more than welcome in M2 during Tuesday and Thursday at lunch. There will be no direct instruction at that time during that time, but you do have 35 minutes there that you can get in, get on a computer, and play. Okay. Anything else? I don't want to keep you guys too long. No, we said 45 minutes, but I want to make sure.
I have two things.
Yes, Isaac, go ahead, sweetie.
First off, okay, so there's a team called Fizzerman, Piserman. Is that the name of the team, or are you guys missing an H? Because you guys have a shot at a pretty good pun name. Okay, cool. Fisherman, got it. Secondly, we do not have many people showing up to the training days after school, particularly on Thursdays. Last week, there were about 8 people. And from what I'm hearing, Friday is like the mass majority of everyone, with like 20, 30, everyone else going. So if you guys can, please try to, I mean, obviously you want to go on days where there are less people, so you get more like one-on-one time with the teachers or whoever else is teaching the lesson that day. So please try to disperse yourself among the days so you guys can get the best training you can.
100% agreed with Isaac. You guys need to be coming in, okay? Need to be coming in. It is very important that you come in. Friday is a great day for those of you that do not have sports on Tuesday through Thursday or Tuesday, Thursday, and whatnot. Those of us that are OG members, we need to be coming in the afternoons to help out Isaac and Maya and Landon. They cannot be the only 3 that are there helping. I'm going to start bugging you guys.
I mean, I'm representing the best team, so I can keep teaching. It's okay, Mrs. Wood.
All right. Well, I will say that thank you. You guys did great tonight and lots of sharing and commenting. Keep it up. This will be our normal deal. So every Wednesday, starting at 7, we will have a call. So this was number 2. Number 3, we will get you guys the topic hopefully over the weekend. And let me know if there are parents or people who would like to come in and help out and do that kind of stuff with us, okay? All right, you guys. Good night. Go get your homework done.
There was a question.
Oh, sorry.
There was a question. Brennan asked a question about access to the practice rounds. Did you mean the practice images, the ones that were out there? Because those are uploaded on the, okay, yeah, those are in the 2017-2018 folder. They're all there, and the zip password's there as well. So you can download those directly from the Google Drive. And if you don't have access to the Google Drive, be sure to let Ms. Wood know. She can add you. there's a follow-up question about can you get access to more? Basically, we do have some images from last year, but the official images from Cyber Patriot, they actually expire like milk. They stop working after a certain amount of time. That's intentional. They don't want people to be cheating using the images, reverse engineering them or whatever. So anyway, we have made prior images for ourselves for practice, and we do have those still. And we can get you guys to that. But I think at least for the time being, we have enough between the existing images and the ones that are coming that we're going to do on the next Friday. But after that, we'll definitely want to get into some other images for practice because those will be expired.
Other questions? All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to say good night. Go get your homework done. I don't want anybody up late tonight, so go get your stuff done, and we will see you all in the classroom in the next couple of days.
One sec. I'm gonna post the attendance list that you guys have put up. Please check to make sure your name is on there. Otherwise, you won't be getting credit for showing up to the meeting today. So thank you.